The name find page allows us to search for entity information or individuals that we work with. Possible reasons that we would use this is to check if an entity exists within our system or not, or perhaps to check the details of an entity. So a practical example could be the following. I have a trademark I want to file, and I want to check whether A, the company exists within our system, and B, if so, are the details correct. I would do this under the name find page. The most common way to search for entities is to search on entity name. So add your criteria under the name field and then click search. My results are returned. To search for entries containing your text, simply tick the add wildcard tick box. The next field asks which part of the name should be searched. For this to make sense, we first need to look at how we deal with the name of an entity. Let's use my result to look at this. First, let's open my record, and to do so, double-click on the entry. In the name area, we have several pages detailing this entity's information. The basic page under names contains all basic information like the entity name and address details. We will look at the name section. I will edit my name entry to demonstrate how names are stored. Here we can see my name in the name area. Note that we have 3 lines in total where I can add my names if need be. So perhaps on the second line I will add additional information. These 3 lines can be seen as 3 name lines, name 1, name 2 and name 3. Keep this in mind. So let's save my changes. Back in my name find screen, the which name drop-down allows me to limit which line of the name entry I am to search. Do I only want to search in name 1 or name 2 or name 3? Perhaps I want to search on all the name lines, and if so, we set it to all. In most instances, it makes sense to leave this setting on all. Now, take a look at the small icon found next to the name number. It's in the shape of a building. This means that our entry is an entity, so we are dealing with more than one individual here. A company, a law firm, an organization, and so on. Now, we can also have individuals as name entries. Let's say I have a client called Susan, but I cannot recall her surname. So I can then search for name Susan and my entry appears. Note the person icon that appears next to the name number. This means that the entry is an individual and not a company. We can limit our results by choosing a recommended name type as well. The recommended name type is exactly that. In what context or name type do we prefer this entity to be used? In my example, we can see the recommended name type for Susan is correspondence address. This setting has no intelligence added to it and is purely for information purposes. It's handy because it serves as a guide to people unfamiliar with the client as to how we usually interact with them. The old name number allows us to search using historical name numbers, mostly applicable if your name entries were converted from another system. Then we can search on mailing address, postal code, country, and zip code. Very much like the case closed settings we discussed previously, we can include inactive account numbers by ticking the Include Inactive Name Number tick box. The next tick box, Include Log Entries in Search, deals with searching through names that were changed. As a default, the search will only include current name entries. You can tick this box to include log entries in the search, meaning searching through entries that have been altered.